Guten Tag, ich bin Alia.
Hallo, ich bin Elisa.
Halo, ich bin Syaz.
Apa kabar? Nama saya Anas.
Apa kabar? Nama saya Florian.
Hi, Chan. Hi. Hey, what's wrong? Why? I got transferred to Germany next month, but I don't know what to do.
Next month, what?
Yeah, it's too soon for my work.
I think it's okay because I think I know someone who can help you.
Oh.
Let's get into the class first, okay? Don't worry, I think all can manage. What? He can help you.
Oh, hi, guys.
Hi.
What's wrong?
Florian, can you help us? My friend is going to go to Germany next month.
Ja, of course.
She needs your help.
Yeah, I don't know what to do anymore.
Okay, sure. Wenn ihr mehr über Deutschland wissen möchtet, dann schaut dieses Video bis zum Ende. Los geht's!
Hola, ich bin Alia Izurin, and in this video I'll talk about the negotiation tactics in German. Now, have you ever wondered why Germans love evidence but the Americans just want to lay it all out? Now, for a long time, I actually thought I knew what a normal conversation or negotiation should be, and it's like the basis of what we did every day. Because we did negotiate every day, right? I think about people having to prepare, exchange their ideas of what to negotiate. They need to conclude and execute. That is based on my experience, research, and daily life. And then I came across and I read this article from Future of Work, which negotiation tactics differ around the world. And this chart will show you how to adapt to your style. So now we can look at the chart for German. For the prompt start, they review the past history, statement of context, they review facts, and yada yada yada. But basically it follows the agenda, right? Now this is the key highlights if you are meeting or negotiating with a German people. Be prepared for facts. German rely on logic, but they tend to amass more evidence and label their points more than either the British, French, or even us Malaysian, because they really stress the importance of evidence. So to cut it into short, the negotiation tactics is first to be direct and transparent. State clearly with data and facts, of course, and then the attention to detail. Be well prepared and follows the agenda. Again, see, it is very important to follow the agenda because they are really strict in this, and they really stress the importance of facts, attention to detail, and then now it is important to follow the agendas. And here's actually some tips on what not to do when you try to negotiate with German people. The first one is, please do not step back to a topic or discuss a topic that is yet to come. The decision might take quite some time, might take long, but once it is agreed upon, they are binding. It should not be changed, and it will be summarized in writing. For example, in the part where in the meeting where people discuss about deadline, it is already passed. They did that already, but you tend to step back and ask again and try to negotiate. No, don't do that. That's a really no for German people. And the second example is when in a meeting, again, of course, there will be a flow of that day's meeting about what will be discussed, right? Okay, the example here is that, for example, planning will go first, followed by progress check, and then action review. You don't jump from step 1 to step 3. No, basically, go one by one. That is what meant by follows agenda. The last on what not to do when we discuss with German people is that please no jokes or humor or slang. That is considered very inappropriate during negotiation for them. So no jokes when it comes to business and work because they emphasize formality. You might think in Malaysia we allow jokes, any informality, but when we go to another country and we try to negotiate with them, we need to follow their culture, which is again for German. They think it is very inappropriate to do jokes, humor or slang. So when it comes to business and work, they really emphasize formality. So that is all for the negotiation tips for German. And again, I highlight the negotiation tips and tactics for German is that be well prepared, prepare the facts and the data, because they really follow the agenda and they tend to amass facts more than everything. And yes, if you guys think Germany is a good country to do your business and to expand your business internationally, go with it, because the negotiation tips is not too much. It is very easy for us to adapt with. Thank you.
Hi, here's Florian. Navigating German negotiations feels like a journey through the dense Black Forest, with its own set of unwritten rules and traditions. Most Germans don't really enjoy negotiating or haggling. They find aggressive selling of pudding and see negotiations as a necessary task, not as a fun game. When they do engage, expect the price to shift only slightly, about 15 to 25%, from the first offer to the final deal. Germans value straightforwardness in negotiations, but that doesn't mean they can't be cunning. They might resort to tactics like sending mixed signals or not being completely upfront about the value of an item. It's like entertaining a ballad of facts and mutual respect, where clear communication is preferred over dramatic tactics. Think of it as Oktoberfest haggling, a friendly exchange where everyone leaves satisfied. Holding a metaphorical stein of Prost, fairness and win-win outcomes are key, emphasizing cooperation over a winner-takes-all approach. Remember, a strong handshake and genuine eye contact go a long way in building trust and collaboration. However, be armed with thorough research and facts. This is your shield. Knowing your counterpart, the market, and the specifiers over the deal is critical. It's about mastering the dance. Each step is thoughtfully planned and executed. Compromise is a secret ingredient, like sharing a Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte, where everyone gets a slice. While German may occasionally seem aggressive, they usually don't intend it. They are not afraid of open confrontation if necessary. Being overly aggressive, especially with large German companies, often backfires. Extreme offers or high-pressure tactics are viewed as inappropriate. It's better to start with something reasonable and be prepared for a bit of give and take. Starting with written offers and conditions can be effective. It allows everyone to prepare and can speed up the process. Germans appreciate this clarity and efficiency. Remember, in the world of German negotiation, it's less about dominating and more about building bridges. Approach each discussion with an open mind, a spirit of cooperation and the willingness to find common ground. This way you navigate through the mysterious twist of the German negotiation style and come out with a win-win deal. Symbolically raising a glass of Prost to a successful and mutually satisfying agreement. Corruption and bribery are very rare in Germany. It's a good idea not to give expensive gifts or anything that might look like a bribe.
Hi, it's Anas here, and I would like to shed light on how Germany makes the decision, how the decision-making progress is in Germany, and to see if the decisions is typically centralized or more decentralized. The focus will especially be on the German companies to see what tendency they have for the decision-making. My key points will be related to Hofstede's theory to see if Germany either score high or low on his dimensions. You should see the graph of Hofstede's theory right behind me. So first of all, the organizations in Germany is often hierarchically structured, so the decisions go from top to bottom. While this can lead to efficient execution, which is good, it may also limit the input from lower levels and slow down the decision-making progress, which is worse for the company. However, Germany scores 35 out of 100 in Hofstede's Power Distance Index, as you could see like here, the first one of the graphs. This means Germans accept power hierarchies, but expect fair treatment to open communication with their authority figures. This promotes some decentralized decision-making options, as lower levels are comfortable to share their suggestions and their concerns to the bosses. If we look at the masculinity versus the femininity dimension, Germany scores 70 out of 100. This indicates that the leaders take charge and drive decisions towards success. German is also known as direct and clear in their communications and expect others to be the same. This helps avoiding ambiguity and make decisions even faster and easier. Germany also scores 65 on the uncertainty avoidance, as you could see right here. This indicates that Germany high need for clear rules, structured process, and avoiding ambiguity as well. This preference for order and predictability aligns with traditional top-down decision making. So, when Germany makes decisions, they prioritize long-term stability and predictability decisions. Decisions are made with future consequences in mind, which is also why decisions often go through the top of the organizations, because every decisions have a value for the Germans. So, German scores 79 on Hofstede's individualism dimension, as you could see, right here. They really scored high on this one, which means Germans know what they really want as an individual. But even though Germans value tradition and stability and often make the decisions individualistic, they are also open for new ideas from the other co-workers. So to conclude all this, the decision making in Germany normally flows from top to bottom with a strong leadership on top, which tend to be traditionally centralized decision making. However, there's space for lower levels to come with their input to the companies as well, which makes the decision making more decentralized. We also see that more and more organizations in Germany are adopting to a more horizontal structure in the companies. So there's space for every worker to give their opinion to the bosses within the companies. However, the companies will still like to have clear structures and give clear commands within the organizations. So Germany is therefore more centralized in the decision making, but with decentralized trends. Hey, that's all from me for now. Cheers!
It's been Shazana. So for my part, I will explain to you what is communication style people in Germany. So first of all, let's define what is communication. As you can see, what I'm doing right now is to communicate by explaining to you what is communication. Basically, communication is something that a process where we share and transmit our information to the receiver. Always remember that communication only works when there is a sender and receiver. For your information, we have two types of communication. Firstly is verbal communication, and second, non-verbal communication. So what is verbal communication? Verbal is communication, basically communication that we're sharing by words, writing, explaining, presentation. While for non-verbal communication is where we don't speak, only our body language, hand gesture, expression, sad, angry, what, frustrated, that's how non-verbal works.
Next is German communication style. So German are quite direct and functionally purposed with their communication style. They prefer to talk or to say it straightforward and to the point communication style. This is because they value clarity and efficiency. and they tend to avoid beating around the bush. This can sometimes come across as blunt and even rude to people from cultures that favor indirectness. Secondly, formality. Germans typically maintain a formal tone in both written and spoken communication. Even with their friends and family, they use titles and honorific more often than people in some other cultures. It is usually to show respect to people. For example, when they addressing business partner by their first name is not actually appropriation. So, German employees tend to refer to all colleagues as either her or fur, followed by their surname. Lastly, honesty. Germans are known for their blunt honesty even when it comes to delivering critical feedback. They believe that being truthful is important, even if it means being harsh. This gives their relationship greater integrity and value. Feedback is usually provided in more straightforward way, and it is seen as opportunity for improvement and growth.
Next, for a fun fact, the longest word in the German language with 79 letters, it is even recorded in the Guinness World of Record in 1996, is this one. Let's hear it.
Donaudampfschifffahrts-Elektrizitäten Hauptbetriebswerk-Bau Unterbeamtengesellschaft. That's the word for the Association for Subordinate Officials of the Head Office Management of the Danube Steamboat Electrical Services.
So, to conclude, always remember that effective communication is the vital key for you or manager or domestic manager or even international businesses to expand their business globally. In a context, Germany. With effective communication, it will help you or their businesses to process the negotiation and also a decision making. So always learn and adapt to their culture. In a context, Germany.
For the last part, I'm going to share with you guys about the conflict management. So, the conflict management is an essential skill that can greatly impact the success and also the harmony of any organization and community. So, for the first one, in the cultural context of Germany, there are specific strategies that can be employed to effectively manage conflicts. The first strategy is open communication. German values directness and honesty, so it is important to address conflicts openly and honestly. This means expressing the concerns or disagreements in a respectful manner by being straightforward and clear in their communication. Individuals can prevent misunderstanding and also find the common ground for resolution. For another strategy, which is the second strategy, is for managing the conflict within the cultural context of Germany is consensus building. Germans value collaboration and the input of all stakeholders. Therefore, it is important to involve all parties in their conflict resolution process. This can be achieved through group discussion, brainstorming session, or mediation. By allowing everyone to have a voice and actively participating in finding a solution, conflicts can be resolved in a way that satisfies all the parties allowed and involved. Next, I am going to discuss how cultural values influence conflict resolution approaches. Cultural values plays a big significant role in influencing conflict resolution approach. In Germany, cultural values such as respect for authority and hierarchy can impact how conflicts are being managed. In hierarchy society, individuals may be more inclined to defer to those in position of a power of authority when it comes to the conflict resolution. This can result in conflicts being resolved through top-down decision-making rather than through open dialogue and consensus building. In addition, cultural values such as collectivism versus individualism can influence conflict resolution approaches. In collectivist society, the needs and interests of the group take precedence over individual desire. Therefore, conflict resolution may be prioritized maintaining harmony within the group rather than addressing individual grievances. On the other hand, in individualistic culture, individual rights are highly valued. This may lead to conflict resolution approaches that prioritize individualism needs and also interests. In conclusion, managing conflict within the cultural context of a Germany requires employing strategies such as open communication and consensus building. It is also important to consider how cultural value influence conflict resolution approach, including respect for authority and hierarchy, as well as collectivism versus individualism. By understanding and embracing this cultural influence, the conflict will be managed well.
I hope our explanation helped you well.
And what do you guys think? Do you think Germany is a great country to expand your business internationally?
With the work-life balance,
High ethnicity avoidance?
so what do you think?
Ich liebe die Autobahn, schnelle Autos, BMW, Mercedes und Audi.
Kommt nach Deutschland!
So,
Auf Wiedersehen! Tschüss!
Tschüss!